think Worlds should have been canceled?
Honestly, I do think it probably should have been canceled. Of course, it's easier for me to say because I wasn't competing and I have nothing on the line. But
That's honesty.
yeah. I am really happy that my friends do get to show what they've been training for and that it wasn't in vain. But at the same time, I know that we all were very affected by what happened in Japan, and especially with Worlds being there and with so many of us having gotten so much genuine love and support. So we were all very personally affected by the tragedy, and I think we would have very much respected the decision to cancel the championships this year. But with that being said, with them being held in Russia, I think everybody is refocused and is going to do their best to skate well in Russia. And it would be great if Japan could host the World Championships next year.
Do you have any favorites?
Of what?
Worlds.
It's really hard to say, especially I really would like Alyssa and Rachel to do very well for the ladies. And for the men, I really hope the men do really well so that we can have 3 spots next year. It'd be really great if the U.S. team could really pull through, and especially with Meryl and Charlie having a really great shot at winning the world title. So I think just being at home this time, just going to be sending a lot of support to all my friends competing.
It's hard for me to say because I wasn't going. Honestly, when the earthquake and the tsunami happened, my immediate reaction was cancel it. Out of respect for Japan, out of respect for the nation, I thought it should have been canceled immediately. When they kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I had to watch, my friends and teammates sit and wait to see what their futures would hold. For me, I could kind of keep it in perspective because my season was over, and I was like, we're all safe, we're all healthy, we're all happy, we have our families, we have our homes to go to. So, having to wait for a competition is not the worst thing in the world. But then the ISU kept putting it off for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it was really difficult to watch them kind of sit there training in purgatory. I think at this point, I'm happy that they are holding it, and I think it's that France was offered to give Tokyo back the World Championships next year. I think was a great show of goodwill, and if that's the case and they can hold the championships next year, I would be honored to go. I mean, I love Japan and I especially love Tokyo, so if I could go and compete there, that would be fantastic.
I think it's great that they were able to move Worlds to another country who was so ready and willing and able to provide a new location. And, a lot of the skaters, obviously all of the skaters have been working so hard, but I don't think there's not an ounce of neglect to the tragedy in Japan in this move. It's just, something that thankfully we were able to pull back together, and everyone's thoughts and hearts are still with the victims of Japan's tragedy, but thankfully we were able to move it forward. So I'm really happy that the Worlds can still happen, and, World Team Trophy will be hopefully back in Japan next year, and I'm sure many skating events in the near future and shows, so skating will come back there too, but for now it's nice to be able to wrap this season up.
How does a change in schedule like this affect a competitor?
I think it varies depending on each competitor, but you really have to defer to your coaches and their expertise in terms of how to change your training plans and when to gear up and when to cool down so that you're really best prepared and have enough energy, because really it's just stretching out your season this long can be quite exhausting. So hopefully they're all pretty rejuvenated and just happy that it's happening at all.
Will you be commentating?
I won't be doing any commentating, unfortunately. I think I'm going to have some conflicting dates, but next season I'd like to pick it back up again, and I think that the new crop of skaters, and as we get closer to Sochi, it's going to get more and more exciting to do the broadcasting coverage.
I mean, it's heartbreaking and devastating what happened in Japan, and I can't imagine that they would have been able to have it there, but I think it's good that we're having a World Championships this year, and I look forward to watching it.